Hello everyone. If you know who I am and what we do here on this channel, welcome back. I hope you hit that subscribe button wherever that might be on your device. If you don't know who I am and what we do here on this channel, I'm the Reverend Godfather, main host and frontman for the internet's most hated mafia-themed geek podcast, Lone Coat Mafia Podcast. And on this channel, we tend to do unboxings, con walkthroughs, and a whole mess of other things, including rants and raves and blogs like this, or I should say vlogs like this. So this week is no different, and by the title you're probably wondering, what do you mean? How did you almost get scammed? And why did you try to fall for it nonetheless? Now let me explain. This past Saturday, for my normal 9 to 5, I have to get up at 3 a.m. on the weekend. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have to get up at 3 a.m. each day. Meaning Fridays, 3 a.m. Saturdays, 3 a.m. Same thing with Sunday. So Saturday morning at 3 a.m. I got up. And one of the first things I usually do is start scrolling through Facebook while I'm having breakfast. And I came across a post saying, hey, I have an extra PS5. I was lucky to get one through my job, an extra one through my job. Who wants one? I'm willing to give it to any willing family. So in my head, being this quasi-gullible skeptic that I am, I figured this is either a horse I could boop the snoot to, or it's going to be horse crap. It's just a matter of whether I'm going to be able to boop that snoot or step in the pile of crap. It's going to, and I wasn't sure what. So I replied, hey, I don't really have a family, but I would love a PS5. Like, who wouldn't? And for those of you watching out there that might not know about the whole PS5 situation, it's one of the current gen consoles that's on the market. And not to mention, it's one of the hardest to find consoles on the market. Right now, I think you have a better chance of finding a Xbox One Series S in a store such as Target or Walmart than you do have a Xbox Series X or a PS5. That being said, I figured, hey, if I could get one for the cost of shipping, hey, that's cool. Either way, I could get content for the channel, thus this video. So again, put the comment, don't have a family, would love a PS5, who wouldn't? And a couple minutes later, I get a reply saying, hey, Rev, send me a PM. So I did. And I said, okay, I'm the person that, first commented on your post about the PS5. How do you want to do this? And this particular person, by the way, you're going to hear me refer to this person as a she because, well, let me just say this. Her pronouns were not in her Facebook profile. So, and this person looked like a female. So I'm going to be using she, her throughout this whole thing. And therefore, I'm like, how do you want to do this? And the kind of reply I got was kind of weird. It's just like hem and haw. So I'm like, well, you do realize I'm not going to be able to get to you. This is an item that's definitely going to be needed to shipped out. And because her initial reply was pretty much like I was going to meet her at a local Sheetz or a 7-Eleven, Walmart, McDonald's, something like that, to be handed it off. And after that, she's like, oh, okay, we can do that. I could ship it out. And I was like, really? You didn't think that by posting this in a Facebook group that may have people from California to New Jersey, from Maine to Florida, and all points in between, including Alaska and Hawaii, in this group that might want this? And next thing she asked me is, what's your phone number? This, folks, if anybody on Facebook asks you that you don't know what's your phone number in regards to getting something to you, it's an automatic scam. But if you somehow think that it might not be a scam, say no. Okay, I was banking on my odds for this, that it's one, too good to be true, and it probably is. And I was just curious to see how deep this rabbit hole was going to go, and with the hopes that, again, that I'd spot the horse crap before I actually stepped in it. And my response to the whole phone number is like, you're not getting a phone. Why do you need a phone number? You're not getting one from me. I don't know you. And her reply was, so the shipping company can send you updates in regards to the package. My response back was, one, you're not getting my phone number, period. That's it. And don't you realize tracking numbers are a thing? Everybody from FedEx, UPS, even the postal, USPS, United States Postal Service, use tracking numbers. Once you send it out, send me the tracking number. And she went, okay, I'll use FedEx. What's your address? I give my neighbors, my neighbor across the street's address. I didn't give this address. And she said, it's, X amount of money. Are you willing to pay that to cover shipping? I'm like, yeah, sure. That's, a tenth the cost, less than a tenth the cost of the system, and what it's going through on, like eBay. And she was like, okay, do you have an iPad, like an iPhone? I'm like, no, I don't use. Yeah, I have an iPod, but it's not really connected to the internet. I didn't tell her this, and I told her, it's like, listen, I don't use an iPhone. I'm an Android user. If anything, to pay for this, I'll either use Google Pay or PayPal. I prefer PayPal. She went, okay, I'll set up PayPal then. And granted, not many people use PayPal. Some do, some don't. I happen to like using PayPal when I can. So she keeps messaging, it's like, I'm having issues with PayPal, trying to get verified. I was like, who? PayPal, I know about 10, well, in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, it took a while to verify PayPal, because if you connected your bank account or your card, or like a credit card, to PayPal, it might have taken a month minimum to verify it because of various ways, because the internet as it is today was not a thing, meaning you needed to wait for a bank statement or a credit card statement to see the deposit and withdrawal that they took to verify it. Meaning, when I did mine, I had to wait for a statement to come in saying, hey, they deposited in like 3 cents in and took 2 cents out. I was like, okay, no problem, whatever. And it was easier than that. I went to the location to do it, and that's how I got the information and verified it. Less than a month for me. But that's beside the point. Nowadays, it's probably less than, at most, a half an hour, 45 minutes. If not that, the only time it should take a little bit longer, if you don't trust PayPal in any way, shape, or form, you could go to a store like Walmart, Target, even probably a 7-Eleven, a Minute Mart like 7-Eleven, Sheetz, or Circle K, and pick up a over-the-counter disposable credit card. And one of the companies that does this is PayPal. I think they have a contract with like Visa or MasterCard or someplace like that, and it links automatically to PayPal. You can do that, and the card is $10. It might be like $11 total, $1 for the card, and they put $10 on the card, and it's easy. And I was wondering why she didn't even do this if she doesn't trust PayPal. So, but still, I was wondering how deep does this rabbit hole go? And after a while, now, I didn't get a chance to respond to her until I got to my employer at like 5 o'clock, 5:30. And she finally posts up, hey, everything is good to go. Verified. Here's the email you got to use. So, even though I was on my phone, I was able to connect to PayPal. I copy and paste the email into PayPal. And as soon as I do so, 2 Asian symbols come up. I don't want to say characters because I don't know what the proper terminology would be, using the symbols that came up. They could have been anything from all I could say. It sounds like I'm being offensive. I'm not familiar, which I don't read anything from that general region of the world, so I couldn't place it. I just knew that they were Asian symbols. So I brought that concern up to this person, saying, hey, your name's not coming up, but 2 Asian symbols are coming up. Can you explain that? She said promptly within a few minutes, oh, don't worry about that. That person can be trusted. Oh, and this is when, to me, the deal was done. I decided I'm out. Somebody else pretty much wanted it. They could have it. I'm done. This is plenty. There's way too many flags in regards to this. That's where the horse crap is, right there with that email. And I told her so. I was like, listen, on that note, I'm out. I'm done. Give it to the next person that commented. And by this time, I already clocked into work. By the time she responded, I already clocked into work and was at a startup meeting. And my phone in my pocket was vibrating like a son of a bee. And when I finally got a chance to, in essence, hide and check the phone, I saw that she tried to call me on Messenger, and she messaged me and it's like, why didn't I pick up? And in essence, why didn't I pick up? And why was the email a concern? And I told her, listen, I'm currently clocked in. I can't reply right now. This is the only time I can, say anything, just right now. I'm in a little bit of leeway. I can't talk to you right now. I'm working. So, and please, hey, again, I'm done. The email was just in essence, the icing on the cake. I don't want it. Give it to someone else. Respond. Again, somebody else responded. Let that person have it. And I thought that was the end of it. I wasn't going to go into full details with this person. And about 8 hours later, another message comes in. I didn't see it until 10 hours later, while I was still working. And by this time, my day was starting to wrap up, and I got a chance to reply. And in essence, what she sent to me at the 8-hour mark was, are you still serious? You don't want this? And my response is, as per not wanting it, I am serious as a heart attack. I do not want this. And her reply was, hey, why are you taking this so personally that in regards to this? Is it because of the email? And again, I reiterated, it's one of the reasons why. And again, I don't want this. Let it go. Let somebody else know, and we'll be right back because it sounds like a train is coming. Again, sorry about that. I love filming outside. Trains happen. So where was I? Oh yeah, about 10 hours later. And she was still, trying to convince me to get this PS5 off of her and pay her shipping costs through a third-party email that was not hers. And she kept saying, well, this person's trusted. I know him. He works for PayPal. Again, I'm like, listen, one, you might know this person. Two, I don't. Three, if this person legitimately works for PayPal, and it's coming from a PayPal, it's supposed to be coming from a PayPal facility, it's not saying PayPal. It's not like John Doe at PayPal.com. This is somebody from the Asian region with an Asian Gmail account. An Asian, I should say, not Gmail. It was an Asian email account, and that I don't know this person. As far as I'm concerned, this person cannot be trusted. And I said, and besides, the email was just, again, the icing on the cake. I do not want this now. I don't want this product from you. And she was like, well, I don't understand. This person works for PayPal. Now, granted, someone like yourself, whoever's watching, could work for whatever company. And yeah, you might work from that company, but you might not have a company email. You might have a Gmail or Yahoo or, an email through your ISP. But the way she made it seem that this person actually works for PayPal and should have a PayPal email account. And I was like, listen, again, don't want it. Find somebody else. That's it. And I was like, good day. That's it. And her last, I said, I don't want to go into it anymore. Back away. Done. And I don't understand why you don't want it anymore. I don't, understand why this email is a thing. Please make me understand. I'm like, you know what? If she's going to scam somebody, I know I shouldn't have done it like this. I said, listen, one, in regards to everything, I don't want, I might want a PS5, just not from you this way. Not like this, not like how you did it. You effed up since the beginning. One, now this is when I'll tell you what her post actually stated. She said, again, the email was just icing on the cake. One, you said that you got 2 PS2s from your employer because why? You got promoted? And that doesn't sound weird to you? Two, when we finally agreed that you'd ship it to me, or that you wanted to, go through with this, and I was a person interested, you made it seem like I was going to meet you at a parking lot somewhere, like a Walmart or a 7-Eleven, and you'd hand it off. And when we finally, that's number two. Number three, when we finally agreed that you'd ship it to me, you wanted my phone number. Anybody worth their weight would realize, hey, tracking number. That's how I'll know when it's getting here and what's taking so long for it to get here. And that's, it's like people who are smart will not give you their telephone number. You're not getting that. 4, and when we finally agreed on aspect of, before this she was like, give me a Cash App. I'll get into that in a moment. 4, the email you gave for PayPal was somebody else's, not yours. That means, as far as I'm concerned, you're not getting the money. That person's getting the money, and I'll never get this product. Good day. And she said, well, you can always use Cash App. I'm like, one, I've heard, prior to this, she was like, well, you can use Cash App. I'm like, I've heard too many horror stories in regards to Cash App. One of which is that if it's somebody you might not know, they could drain your bank account. And personally, The only time I'm cash apping somebody, if I ever chose to cash app somebody, is somebody I actually know, or I know is actually legit. Like if a store here in downtown Martinsburg is able to use Cash App, maybe then. But then, a store like here in downtown Martinsburg or anywhere in the United States, they take cash or they take a debit card or a credit card, so they don't really need Cash App. But most people understand. It's like, yeah, if it's, you know what, if between friends, that people you know, or you know, maybe coworkers, if you really want to stretch the limits, yeah, fine, whatever. Then use Cash App. But for the most part, you know, if you see them the next day, like if I see, if I owe Big Candy's missus money or something like that, me and his wife make a deal, and I see Big Candy one day, I could say, all right, when you get home and see the missus, here's the money that I owe her, and I know that, you know, he'll give it to her because I don't get I don't get a chance to see her that often. So there's that. And as soon as I sent my reasons, I saw the infamous 3-4 dots kind of scroll by, like the person typing was like, nah, block, and that's pretty much the end of it. Part of me is kind of expecting a package in the mail to show up with a note attached to it saying, "Oh, here's the PS5. I want you to give me the money for this today." No, I'd hop it in the mail, and I'll figure out a way to that, to get it back to her and put like return to sender on it and toss it in the mail, and have her pay for shipping back, because I ain't paying nothing. If I got paid for shipping, no. Or if anything, I'd see a lawyer. If I have to pay for $50-$60 for a consultation on a lawyer to see if she has a case against me, I'd get a legal, I'd go the legal route and find, see what my legal options for this. That is, see if I could legally keep it without paying her, and the whole 9 yards. But all in all, I told her no. And also, by the way, I think that, granted, that in regards to this, and the reason why she came back to me, because again, on that post that again stated that I have an extra PS5 to give away, and somebody else replied, and my takeaway is that after I said, I'm done, I'm out, she went to that person to say, hey, this person, aka me, decided not to do it. Would you still like it? And that person said, yeah, sure. What do you have to do? What do I have to do to get it to me? And she tried to pull the same crap on him that he did with me, and therefore he saw it as, nope, that's horse crap, I'm out, screw you, I am going home. So that's why she probably was like, oh, he was really interested, let's see if we could get the money off of him. No. But I will say this, if I did go through with it, and it turned out to be like a box of bricks or something like that, I would have happily opened it up and said, yeah, I had to eat $20, $30, $50, whatever it was, and I got scammed. Yeah, I did it. This is how you could keep an eye on it. And either way, let me put it like this: keep an eye out there, folks. I tend to do a lot of things for content here on YouTube, or for the podcast end of things, because it's fits and figgles, so to speak, and it's content. Again, I didn't get scammed. That doesn't mean somebody else got scammed because of some sort of bull BS like this. And for those of you out there that made it this far, yes, she could have made $500, $600, $800 on for that console on eBay, because that's for anyone out there that asks that, like, why didn't she just sell it on eBay for, you know, $500, $600, $800? You're right, and that brings up a valid point. That means good chance, because she didn't. This was an item that did not exist, or yeah, again, it was a scam, and they figured that someone paying $500, $600 would be too much a hassle, meaning someone would legally try to do something in regards to $500, $600 or more. If it went on eBay for $1,000, that's in essence can be considered grand theft. I don't know the law, and if it is, please, any lawyers out there, please let me know. But something that's like between $20 to $50 for most people, if they have it, they could just wash their hands. Oh, it was just $50. You know, it's something like, you know, it wasn't like $1,000 or a couple $100. It was only $50. So what? I could deal. Yeah, I also understand $50 can be a lot of money for a lot of people. So, either way, I hope all of you out there are having a wonderful day. Take care. I'm out. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Did I exaggerate a few details or change a few details up? Just a little, to keep things vague. So, take care. Links to everything in the description down below. Again, I hope you hit that subscribe button wherever it might be. And see you next video.